and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies Echoes. We are back for more of this game, yay! Because in the last episode we finally finished our very first route in this game with one of the guys, and it's Naoki. We ended off Naoki's route by seeing his bad ending and seeing what can possibly go wrong and how this thing could take a turn for the worse. Essentially, TLDR, we questioned his decision to letting Jun take over in terms of suppressing Mirror, because by calculation of time we wouldn't make it there, and so Naoki has shifted that responsibility as the thing that he kind of worked towards all his life, towards Jun, his brother, and we were kind of questioning that. And afterwards, everything seems like it's settled. It worked out the same way. We were back at the mansion, but the thing is, it was like a shift. There's like something changed between us, and because of that, now we discovered that same night, Naoki gets possessed by Mirror. Yeah, so Mirror somehow tapped into his mind and like amplified his doubts and his bad blood, I guess, his bad feelings about what had happened, and he managed to take over Naoki. Naoki is like, and Jun's there too. Jun was trying to snap Naoki out of Mirror's control, but of course Mirror he overpowers Naoki's controls, Naoki's will, and us eventually, because we find out that they were having a tussle and we find out all that mess. We try to snap Naoki out of it as well too, but then of course Mirror ends up doing some pretty awful shit. He ends up killing Jun. Right in front of our eyes, and of course that kind of pushes Naoki over the edge, and then afterwards we get killed by him too, which is yay. That's it. That's essentially what happens. We died because Naoki gets possessed, and yeah, that was our bad ending. That was our potential bad ending with Naoki's route. So, and that's it. So now that we've finished everything with Naoki, I'm pretty sure that was pretty much it, because considering how little choices or selection of choices we had in his route, I don't think there was any which way that could go besides that. So we are back here, and I said I was going to do Jun's route next because he was the next guy that I was leading towards. But I found this little thing here, and maybe I was blind, I don't know, maybe it's a new thing, but I never saw this, and I never bothered to click on it to see. But these are essentially your starting point in which you choose the routes, and of course, as you see here, the guys here are all blanked out, which means they are unlockable once we complete the common route, and the common route of course is CILLIAN. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess I did this out of order slightly, oops. So instead of Jun's route, of course, like I had promised you guys, all those starting Naoki's route, I'm gonna do CILLIAN'S just to get the order of things going, because I don't want to accidentally have the story reveal certain things too soon for us when it was supposed to be later for us. You know what I mean? You know how visual novels work, where you start off the common route and then you go into the deep route, or the main, I don't know. Yeah, kind of with Mystic Messenger, So you get more out of the universe the more you progress into these four guys' route, and then you get the basics of the basics with the common route. So yeah, we're gonna start. Oh, I love this. Okay, this is amazing. This is great. Okay. Wait. Not really. Hold on. Wait, it's happening. 9? Why are we starting here? CILLIAN'S story. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, I didn't mean to really kind of jump into this without really giving you a proper send-off. You guys a proper send-off or warning, but Chapter 9 CILLIAN'S story. Wait, I'm confusion. Oh. No! I kind of don't want to do this. This is because it puts us essentially right where we get sent off by Tokyo. We get rescued by Tokyo, and then he sends us off to different points of the world, and then that's how we kind of get our endings with the dudes. But I don't want to do that. I kind of don't want to do that because we're missing a couple of choices from the very beginning. Yeah, we're missing choices from the very beginnings, right when we kind of like came to when I quit. Yeah, right when we came when we arrived at Naoki's mansion. There's a couple of things that we had. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not thinking. Anyways, we had a couple of things happening, or a couple of choices of the interactions we could get with the dudes, you know, depending on who we choose to like interact in the morning or whatever the heck, like who we choose to bring along to, I guess, like the police station and stuff like that. So I want to show you guys that instead of like, I know instead of like jumping into like the meat of the route, which is I guess essentially episode chapter 9. So yeah, we're gonna obviously I'm gonna skip this entire thing, and I'm gonna stop you guys right where I said it would kind of begin, where we start to get a little interactions that build up towards the dude that you're trying to like romance. So yeah, okay, there's officially starting now. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is it. This is where we kind of start to see we start to see our little choices kind of pop up here and there, and we can get interactions out of the dudes, depending on what we choose. So yeah, we spent our first 2 nights here at the mansion, and we had the whole meeting with Detective Jinsol, and we're essentially on board with trying to solve this mystery of like stopping Mirror, and our motley gang is formed, so with all the other dudes there. So this is where we hear Naoki and Jun kind of arguing or kind of like talking in the hallway. To proceed, obviously, you would have to go with the route of going out to talk to them, or like waiting for them to pass. I don't even know. Yeah, going out to talk to them, I guess. But like, I forgot what happened here. What choices I can make to get to CILLIAN, because I remember, depending, I was able to get to Julius. I was able to get to. Okay, we're gonna see here. Okay, I remember already doing this, but like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go with Detective Moon and checking the text from him. We've already seen this. Well, I already read this to you guys. Hopefully this after spending almost all of yesterday sleeping, I wake up to a single message. Okay. I think this is going towards CILLIAN. I don't think this is I don't think any other way we would meet CILLIAN otherwise, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna make sure. I'm just gonna make sure that's the case. I'm so sorry this is a mess, because this is essentially what happens when we get this sort of like restart and going towards like different routes. Okay, there's no way I should ask someone. Okay, there we go. So we get lost. So we wait for Jun and Thing to pass by, and then we get up later, but then we don't know where the kitchen is. So we're here. We can. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, let's just stay here a little bit. And let's just obviously ask CILLIAN, because we are going towards his route. So I turn around to leave the corridor, but then I see someone standing at the other end of it. Okay, are we starting off now? Oh my god, he's in like casual clothing. That's so cute. He's not in his like, you know, knight armor and everything, all formal and shit. Aww. So CILLIAN, looking like a stack, looking like a whole boyfriend. I like this. This is my first time seeing the knight in normal clothes, so I feel unsure. Yeah. Even though I know that it clearly can't be anyone else. I mean, yeah, who has short silver hair and an eye patch? And is a elfer here. Yeah. He looks shy and uncertain, as if he was caught in the act. Aw. I want to ask him about his outfit, but I'm not sure how. I mean, surely he can't go around looking like all formal armor 24/7. You know? I know it's his job, but like, do you not have like a day off or like off duty kind of thing? Like, CILLIAN, you need to like relax once in a while. You need to just chill. He seems to understand the look on my face as he begins to explain. And you certainly don't sleep in it, right? Ah, Lady Aurelia. I was just going out for a walk. Yeah, oh, okay. We look away from each other awkwardly. I don't even know what it is that I'm feeling awkward about, but CILLIAN's whole aura radiates uncertainty. Sometimes I can't believe he's a knight. Well, he's had a bit of a rough time in terms of placing his trust in people that he was supposed to protect, I guess. Yeah, i.e., the queen, who turns out to be a complete bitch. The formal queen, I should say. I was just trying to find the kitchen. I'm pretty hungry. Oh, would you like to come with me then? Oh, yeah, sure. The young Lord Junichi informed me that there is a convenience store not far from here. Oh, I thought that you were resting and that I could spare some time away for a moment to pick something up. Aw, but seeing as you are awake, I would feel better if my charge were to accompany me. I shall buy you whatever you require. Wow, sugar daddy. He has money. Money. Your charge. Well, sure, why not? It'd be nice to get out for a walk, thank you. The pleasure is all mine. Aw, he's so sweet. I follow Cillian out of the hallway into the foyer. On the way, we pass Katsu, who is holding some kind of gaudy jar he looks proud of. What is that? Glad I didn't run into him by accident. I don't want to ask. We exit the mansion, stepping out into the evening light. Is it moonshine? He got his hand on some moonshine? Once we got out of the mansion's courtyard, we finally reached the road. We've been walking in silence for a while now, and I can't see the mansion anymore. The air is cool and breezy. It feels good against my tired face. I look up at the silent Cillian beside me. What could someone like him want at a convenience store? Yes. I'm curious about the Fey Knight, but I feel a bit shy around him too. He seems like a good person, but it's hard to know if it's okay to talk to him or not. Sure, why not? He's supposed to be the one protecting you, but also he's not gonna bite your hand off. Besides, who even knows what he thinks of me after last night? Oh. He doesn't think little of you. No, it's not Cillian. He's not like that. Is something the matter, Aurelia? Faced with being forced to talk, I try to think of something to say. I search for any topic that isn't about last night. I was just wondering about when we met. When we met? Yeah, it was in a bar. I didn't know knights frequented bars in red light districts. Cillian winces slightly, and I wonder if I came off wrong. Oh, not that I think anything is wrong with it. Cillian sighs. No, there is much wrong with it. Cillian squints against the rays of the setting sun. A knight's place is anywhere royal duties require him to be, not at a tavern in an unreputable district. His voice tightens, and he almost spits out the last words. I think I chose the entirely wrong topic here. Yeah, well, I do wonder though, what was Cillian doing there? I thought, in terms of, he would be kind of, shadowing Shinji, because he is, part of the royal family, right? But I guess Shinji being Shinji, he's just Cillian, you're go elsewhere, I'm fine. I can take care of myself. But before I can figure out how to get out of this disastrous conversation, Cillian continues. It's as if he were a bottle under pressure that had been unceremoniously uncorked. I should be by His Majesty's side right now, but instead... Cillian clenches his fist, letting it drop. Oh, Lachlan, yeah. The air is filled with only our footsteps and the awkwardness that Cillian just placed between us. Hey, if you got somewhere to be, don't let me stop you. Yeah, but Cillian vehemently shakes his head. I made a vow to protect you, and as you're a formal denizen of Avalon, I believe that falls within my duty as a knight. Aw, so sweet of you. Furthermore, Cillian looks to the orange sky, his blue eyes half-lidded. I was the one abandoning my royal duties in the first place. I do not think a knight can fulfill his duty to the king with a broken mind. Oh, Cillian says this last part so quietly that something in my heart aches. The High King has other knights by his side, with strong wills, stalwart hearts, and clear heads. Cillian looks down. He has no need of someone like me at the moment. Cillian, why you put yourself down like this, Cillian? I know some rough shit has happened because, again, he was supposed to... His trust basically was kind of slapped, he got his face slapped by it because, the person or the royal that he was supposed to protect turns out to be, nefarious and had evil plans. And so, there was that conflict of morality, and then so he needed to do a little bit, I guess, soul searching. Cillian Cillian turns his head to look at me as if just remembering I was there. But you have no other knight here to aid you. Yes. Cillian nods slightly, as if affirming his words to himself. You require aid, whatever aid you can get. I am not good for much, but I know how to fight to help someone in need. That is why I will stay by your side. Aww, so sweet. Cillian gives me a gentle but sure smile as he stares into my eyes. I look away, feeling the heat rise to my cheeks. That stare is as if he's putting all his hopes in me. I don't know what to do with all this. Yeah, it's like, you know, whatever happened to Cillian, it seems like my situation is the only thing giving him direction right now. That's a lot of pressure. I resist the urge to sigh. He's a mess, and I normally avoid those. But he seems like a good guy, and he's a good fighter, so I guess it shouldn't be a problem. Until it is. Cillian, are you helping or not? I can't attack the High Queen. I'm sworn not to ever harm the royal family. Those are the rules, the most important rule. Well, it doesn't change the fact that I just can't get completely comfortable around him, though. I'm pretty much the exact opposite of a knight type. I live for myself and I avoid other people's problems. I just want to be left alone. I want peace. Mood. Not to mention, some of my activities have been less than lawful. But this guy... Oh, there it is. Okay, the convenience store. There's the 7-Eleven, which is not really the 7-Eleven. It's just the 11. There's no 7. We turn a corner, and there I see a lone gas station with a convenience store. Cillian's face lightens considerably as we walk inside. Oh my goodness, look at all the goodies! The moment we're through the doors, Cillian rushes off to the aisles, looking for who knows what. Wonder what his favorite snack is. Wonder what's got his smiling like that. I nod at the clerk who greeted us before searching the store with my eyes. That's when I hear something that I can only describe as a sound of glee. Cute. I turn towards Cillian, walking towards him. Yeah, what's up? What'd you find? He turns to me, grinning wide while holding up a package of what appears to be small chocolate bunnies. Oh, they look like little jellies. I'm alarmed and confused, but as always, I do my best to stay calm in the face of the unusual. What is a jelly? Oh, you don't know what a jelly is? Oh, a jelly. Oh, Jelly is my pet, my bunny friend. That's cute. I'm going to go buy these. Okay, he's adorable. Cillian practically skips off to the counter, leaving me staring after him. I step back to the door, opening it, putting my hand through it and back. I then thoroughly investigate the area around it. Doesn't feel like a dimensional barrier. Is everything alright? Do you not want to buy something? Oh, I turn to see Cillian standing there with a bag, presumably containing chocolate jellies. The concerned look on his face snaps me out of my confusion. Yeah. I'll go grab a snack real quick. What do you mean you're gonna grab a snack, girl? There's one right in front of you. Cillian nods and dutifully waits at the door, hugging the bag to his chest while I go search the store. After my purchases that Cillian insisted on buying, we're now walking back to the Akura mansion. I'm busy trying to mentally merge the man I saw in the convenience store with the man that's walking quietly beside me when he speaks. Do you think we could stop here for a moment? Sure, okay. I cannot bear it any longer. Why? I look up at him, questioning, do you want to eat your snacks? I really want to eat these. Yeah, you do. Sure. Go right ahead. Don't let me stop you. It has been such a long time since I had human chocolate. Cillian holds his bag straight out, as if waiting for me to appraise his worthiness. Yeah, sure. Let's eat right here. I am all for it. Whatever makes you happy. I walk to the grass area of the sidewalk away from the road and lightly drop to the ground. Cillian does the same, sitting beside me. He eagerly opens his package and removes a single small chocolate bunny. I take out my sandwich, but stop when I realize Cillian is staring at the bunny. It even has floppy ears like Jelly. Aw, he murmurs to himself before looking over at me. Do you think Jelly would be angered if I ate this? No, since it looks so much like him. It's a chocolate and he's a real bunny, so it's all good. I have no idea what his bunny friend would think, but Cillian looks so honestly concerned that I know I need to answer something. You're honoring him. He might be a bit disturbed. You're honoring him! Even though it's a little disturbing, but you're honoring him. No. Well, it's not a real rabbit, so exactly. It's more like you're honoring him, right? You bought it because it reminded you of him. And you're going to enjoy it more because of that. I don't see how there's any harm in that, right? Cillian looks relieved at my words. Yes, don't destroy, let him dream. Let him dream. He smiles and throws a chocolate bunny into his mouth. A smile slips onto my face. What a pure soul. I know, what a sweet summer child. Maybe it's some sort of act, but I don't see any reason he'd have to do that. My mind flashes to Pax briefly and the smile drops from my face. Oh yeah. No, not everyone is like that. I don't want to become some jaded, paranoid person who thinks everyone will betray them. Right? At least not any more than I already am. I exhale heavily. We eat in silence for a few moments before Cillian speaks again. I am not the best judge of character, so perhaps I should not be saying this, but I think that, whatever your past was like, you seem like a kind person, Miss Aurelia. Oh. And I am sorry for what happened between you and your friend. In a quieter voice, Cillian adds, I know well the pain of betrayal. Yeah, he sure does. He says nothing further, and I don't press the issue. But, thanks, Cillian. I really appreciate that, man. He didn't bring it up at all until now, but he figured out what I was thinking about. And he doesn't seem to hold my past against me. Sounds too good to be true. Still, I'm surprisingly relieved to find that this capricious knight doesn't think of me as a terrible person. He's had his fair share. That's what I keep saying. I'm even more thankful that he cared enough to try and comfort me, even at the cost of remembering something that had hurt. I find myself wondering about his past as we continue to peacefully eat in the glow of the approaching twilight. Okay, there we go. So the next morning. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is where we're gonna gear towards kind of like going back to the police station because of Jinsoul. Yeah, Jinsoul's like, let's go meet. So we're gonna fast forward, and of course we're going to go take Cillian this time instead of Naoki. There we go. So we are going to go take Cillian. Well, I'd rather just go with the guy who's used to protecting people. Exactly. Yes, that is logical. But the lack of a cell phone is kind of a problem in a house this big. My mind is made up though, and I begin to look around the mansion for Cillian. Cillian, where are you? After about 15 minutes of looking, I finally spot Cillian. Oh yes, there he is. He's leaning back on a column, staring at the sky, arms folded. I start to call out to him so that I won't startle him, but he looks so zoned out that I don't want to disturb him. His platinum white hair shimmers as the wind moves it ever so slightly. I unconsciously walk towards him, drawn in by his unexpectedly beautiful profile in the morning light. His blue eyes sparkle as I approach, mirroring the sky above us. As I walk towards him, almost in a daze of my own, those same eyes shift down to me. Lady Aurelia. Yes, much sun and good fortunes to you. Oh, nice, thank you. I'm taken aback by his sudden shift in attention. I suddenly don't know where to look as Cillian awaits for my response. Much sun and good fortunes to you. Yes, praise the sun. I mumble back to him. I apologize I didn't sense you sooner. No, it's all good. I was merely meditating. Okay, did you need something? Yeah. Oh. I have to stop myself from saying no and scurrying away out of sudden shyness. What's going on with you, Aurelia? Get it together. Right? Oh my god, like, be cool. I take a deep breath, and steeling myself, I look straight into his eyes. Actually, yes. I was wondering if you'd come with me to the SSU. Right. Jinsoul sent a message to me this morning. So you need an escort. Yes, I do. I'd be happy to oblige, my lady. Okay, cool. Cillian looks ready to go right this moment, but I take a step back, eyeing his armor. Just one thing. Do you think you could dress a little more discreetly? Yeah, I don't want to draw any unnecessary attention. Of course. Yeah, let's just go casual, Yay! With a flash, Cillian is now dressed in a nondescript hoodie. Thanks. Let's head out then. There we go. With that settled, we leave the mansion and head towards the city. Okay. Oh, we take the subway. We're now on a train headed into the city. I handle everything related to getting on for Cillian. Yeah, he followed obediently behind me, looking around in wonder. Shall we tell the others? How? Well, already told Naoki through a text. Okay, a text. Speaking of, we really need to get you a cell. Right, if you insist. Sensing Cillian's discomfort, I try to justify myself. I know it's something new to you, but it'll help keep everyone connected to you, right? And you connected to us. That way, if we ever need your help, I can call you. Yeah, I had not seen it that way before, but I believe I would like that. Yes. See, it has been a very long time since I was part of a group. Aww, I confess I do miss the feeling. Well, I'm not sure we're as high quality as a bunch of Fey Knights or royalty, but I'm glad we can offer you at least some companionship in return for your help. You do not need to offer me anything in return, but nonetheless, I appreciate the opportunity to work together with others again. He's so sweet. I keep saying that. He's so sweet. He's so pure. He's so pure. That settled, we spend the rest of the ride in amiable silence. Okay. Leaving the train station, we step out onto the busy sidewalk. Okay, I start to lead, but Cillian grabs my arm. What? He gently yet firmly pushes me behind him. Cillian, what? Oh, we get attacked, yes. In almost the same motion, he draws his sword, transforming into his armor. Wow. Wait, Cillian. But Cillian doesn't pay me any mind as he rushes off, sword at the ready. The passerby around us starts screaming in a panic and flee in all directions. Cillian! God damn it, Cillian. I found you! Yes. I can see now, up ahead, what Cillian is attacking. A cultist. She has trod upon our most holy place, and now she won't help us find it. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. She deserves to be punished. Yeah, blah, blah. Punished! Yeah. He. Okay. Before Cillian can reach the man, the cultist pulls out something. A bomb? Whatever it is, it's clear he's aiming for me. A gun. There's no time to even move. I throw my hands up in front of my face. Oh, and feel a sharp pain a second later. I grit my teeth as I take my hands down and see something like a shuriken stuck in one. Ow, okay, never mind, a shuriken. That's okay, I could take a shuriken. Better than a bullet. I look back up at the cultist, but Cillian already has him subdued. What? That didn't even take a second. He's very skilled. Cillian's hair falls in his eyes as he looks down at the cultist. His foot is on his chest, and Cillian's sword is pointed right at his throat. I get it now. The difference between us street fighters and a royally trained knight. The gulf between us suddenly seems even wider. Dodging those moving away from us, I cautiously approach Cillian. Behind that hair, I see blue eyes narrowed with what looks like fury. Cillian. Cillian moves those furious eyes onto me. I want to ask him, why did he do something reckless like that? I want to tell him that swords are illegal in Japan, that he needs to put it away, but the words die in my throat as his eyes pierce right through me. Then, as if remembering himself, Cillian takes a deep breath. He looks away from me. The cultist on the ground laughs softly to himself as an awkward silence falls between us. My hand throbs painfully, reminding that I still haven't removed the makeshift throwing weapon. Once again, I grit my teeth and tug the weapon free from my wound. Ugh, ouch. Ouchies! Cillian's head snaps up and his eyes go straight to the blood splashing freely onto the ground. You're injured. It's just a flesh wound, it's fine. Cillian's hands moves to my smaller one as if mesmerized. Without missing a beat, he reaches into his hoodie pocket and pulls out a piece of light blue fabric. I realize that it's a silk handkerchief as he wraps it around my hand. I almost pull my hand back, not wanting to get such a pretty thing soiled, but Cillian's grip is firm. His worried eyes look down into mine. I am so very sorry, my lady. Truly. Nah, it's fine. I cannot believe that I let you get hurt. I was too focused on the threat instead of protecting you. Cillian seems to want to say more, to communicate his distress even more than his words could convey. But with the cultist beneath his foot cackling and the crowd around us becoming onlookers, I can't cope with the situation anymore. I pull my hand away. Yeah, it's alright. Shit happens, and I'll just heal it anyway, right? We need to focus on getting to Jinsol. Let's bring this guy too. Cillian still has a frown on his face, but he reluctantly nods. Bending down, he yanks the man to his feet and roughly drags him along. It's as if this bizarre trio that we head to the SSU. Yes, we got a criminal, we got a knight, and we got a sylph that's injured. When we get inside, we look around for an officer who could help us with our captive. One with black hair notices us immediately. Who is Takumi's mom? Yes, who is this you got here? He looks real roughed up. Yeah. I looked up at the vaguely familiar woman. It's one of those cultists. The ones Detective Moon is looking into? Yeah. Yeah. Ah, you one of the people from that new team he's working with? Yes, we are. Yes, this man tried to attack me on the street just now. Naoko moves towards the guy, pulling out a set of handcuffs, and Cillian steps away. She puts the cultist's hands behind his back. So, that's what all that noise was about. Our officers were looking into it, yeah. Sorry, buddy, we've got to take you in for some questioning. She glances at the bloody scrapes and bruises on the man. After we get you some medical attention anyway. Ha ha ha, as if your puny devices could ever stop Mirror. Okay, okay, he will save me and punish all of you. Well then, you must not be doing as bad as I thought if you can manage threats. Maybe you can go straight to interrogation after all. As she's putting cuffs on him, she looks over at me. How about you? That hand doesn't look too good. Well, don't worry, I've got it. I'll heal it when I get a chance. Ah, so you're a healer. What I wouldn't give to have that ability, right? It's really useful. Now that I take a good look at you, you're Aurelia, right? Yes, I am. Yeah, that's me. I put a name to her face as well. Nyoko Arai, a veteran officer of the SSU and my protege Takumi's mom. Yeah, mother. I've heard a lot about you. Same here. I'm just sorry we're not meeting in better circumstances. Right, same here. She turns the guy around and glances back at me. Since you're working with Jinsel now, let's do lunch sometime. Not really having a choice, I awkwardly nod. I don't know where Moons is at, but I'll tell Matsuda that you're here. Okay. I watch as Nyoko leads the cultist down the hall. I have no idea who Matsuda is, but I assume they know Jinsel. CILLIAN suddenly looms in my field of vision. Lady Aurelia, oh, your hand, Oh, don't worry, don't sweat it. CILLIAN looks as if he wants to say something else, but shouting voices come from the direction of Nyoko left in. CILLIAN's eyes dart towards the sound, looking torn, and I know his nightly senses must be tingling. You should probably go help Nyoko. That cultist guy might be causing trouble. I'll stay here and heal up my hand. CILLIAN looks at me with what I can only describe as puppy dog eyes before nodding. Lorlongton's coloring his aura, he turns around and heads off in the direction of Nyoko. Thoroughly uncomfortable, I decide to wait as quietly as I can by a wall. I set about healing my injured hand. It hurts like hell, but I know within a few minutes I'll be good as new. Okay, so I think we can skip out on talking with Jinsel, I believe. I don't think we had much interactions there with Naoki that time either, so I don't think we're gonna get the same thing with CILLIAN, so I'm gonna skip. Okay, so we skipped a lot of stuff, you guys. You could probably tell from like this right here that we skipped out on essentially going to see Shirazel. We went to see Shirazel with Naoki actually. We went to go see Mai with Naoki as well too. So I was surprised that we didn't actually go to see these people with CILLIAN instead. We escaped. We were tying up loose ends on our business with the whole thing, and then we got chased down by another like cultist, and we came into that restaurant that's owned by the cafe that was owned by oh my god, what's his name? Gillian? Yeah. So all that happened essentially, the same way that if we were doing Naoki's route. So yeah, now we're here. I think we had made the plans to go to Avalon to get the prophecy translated, the really roughed and scuffed prophecy that we got from Mai to get translated, and because CILLIAN had mentioned that Avalonian text or in the library there was some Alphers and other languages derived from Atlantean, so we could possibly get some more accurate translations by using those texts instead. So that's the plan. That's the trip. Is that we are going to Avalon. So I think this is the night before we're set off to go to Avalon. So we're just here, we have time. I guess we wanted to wander around. Last time we said we were going to go see Naoki. We wander into the garden to see Naoki there, just sitting and chilling and reading the text of the book. And so this time we're going to obviously go see CILLIAN. So I find myself thinking of CILLIAN more than anyone. Yes, we are thinking of them. In some ways, I'm not surprised. His kind and gentle demeanor, along with his chivalrous nature as a knight, it's hard not to like. But I haven't been able to get very close to him. Everything has been such a shitstorm since the day we recruited him. Yet I would have never met CILLIAN if all this hadn't happened. Exactly, yeah. So unlike the others who live in Yoru or close enough, I don't know if I'll ever see CILLIAN again after this. I have no intentions of living in Avalon again. And even if I did, it's not like Sylphs and Alpha normally interact. The racial tension between Alpha and just about every other race there is high, to say the least. Thanks to them always trying to oppress everyone and being untrustworthy as hell. Huh. But CILLIAN is definitely not anything like any Alpha I've ever met. I find my heart aching in a strange way at the thought of never getting to see him again. There's a big part of me that doesn't want to get any closer to someone that I'll never see again. Been there too many times. It's just asking for pain. Yet more than that, I find myself wanting to learn more about him before that happens. This strange man who risked his life for me without even asking for anything in return. Acting on this strong feeling, I push away my doubts and text Cillian in our private chat. I'm just texting you, hey babe, what you doing? What you doing? Hell of a lot easier than searching all over this mansion. I ask him where he is, and he instantly responds that he's going on another convenience store run. Haha. Without thinking about what I'm doing, I ask him to wait and leave to catch up with him. This is cute. The convenience store run is like our thing. I stop only when I catch up to Cillian, who is already outside of the gate. I'm out of breath, which is unusual enough for me that even I have to wonder why I was so frantic to catch up with him. Is everything alright, my lady? I look up at Cillian's worried face and press a hand to my chest, taking a deep breath. Yes, Sir Knight. I just wanted to get something sweet from the store. Ah, I see we both thought the same thing. I find that it is nice to have sweets after dinner. Yes, indeed. I nod, trying not to seem as awkward as I feel. We begin to walk side by side. I glance up at Cillian out of the corner of my eye, but he's as quiet as ever. I want to know more about him, though. I can't miss this opportunity. I try to think of what we have in common, which is probably pretty much zero, except we're both from Avalon, yeah. Asking if he's excited to go back or something would probably end badly, though. Judging from my prior conversations with Cillian, he's got a lot of baggage relating to the current royal situation. Current. So maybe I could ask about his past? I don't know. The thought of learning about Cillian's past is so appealing that I find myself blurting out my question. Were you always a knight, Cillian? He seems surprised by my question at the least. For a second, I hope that I haven't stepped on another landmine. Well, not always. I was page before a knight, as are all knights. But yes, I was always in training to become a royal knight. It's somehow hard to imagine you as anything but a knight, so that makes sense. What kind of life was it like, being a page? Cillian gets a far-off look in his eyes as he turns to look in the distance. When he begins speaking again, it's slowly as if he's carefully choosing his word. Yeah, I was an eager young boy, willing and able to do whatever was asked of me. I cannot say that I really had much of an interesting childhood. I was raised as the youngest son in a long lineage of knights. Wow. And I always knew that I, too, would be a knight one day. When the time came for me to begin training for my royal duties, I was overeager for my chance to prove myself. That enthusiasm also meant that I turned just as quickly to anger whenever I felt slighted. Many of the others would tease me for my strong sense of honor and justice. I found out the hard way that these traits were unusual for an Alpher. As I grew older, my fiery temper began to manifest itself in different ways. I soon found myself straying from the path of obedience. You have a temper? I suspected you might have a bit of a temper. You have a temper? Great, I'm kind of surprised, really. You're so gentle. I can't imagine it. Well, in combat or when I see a wrong, I feel that I am a different person. One day, after someone had slighted me, I challenged them to a fight. I won, but was scolded by my master. I was a young man then, believing I was an adult. I was frustrated by the injustice of it all. I left the lands of the Alpha for the first time. What my pained heart sought, I do not know. But that is how I stumbled upon the Sylphs. The Sylphs? Wow. Oh, yes, when I visited their village, they saw my foul mood right away and sought to cheer me up. From then on, I visited not only the Sylphs, but other races of Avalon as well. Aw, look at him! Look at him be so diverse! I felt that there was a whole world outside that of the Alpha that I had been missing. But the Sylphs were my favorites to visit because of their free and uplifting nature. Truthfully, my lady, you remind me of those faraway times, when all of my worries were much lighter. Oh, I'm not much like the other Sylphs, though. I had noticed, but the way you move, and your ethereal air, I have only seen it within their company. Not expecting all of the compliments, I tried to figure out how to change the subject. Yeah, well, I didn't fit it back then. They were all so carefree and didn't want to do anything other than praise the air or nature or whatever. I wanted to find out more about the world, why we were here, what was beyond our valleys and mountains, a deeper meaning to life. I wanted to fight those who wronged us and protect those I loved. But it went against our peaceful ways, so I was constantly chastised for my dangerous ideas. That's why I left. I knew I was never going to fit in and be happy there. I understand how you feel. Yay, we have another thing in common. I still do not understand the trickery of my brethren. That is why I spent time with the other Avalonian races until Queen Sorcha forbade it. Sriracha. Cillian's face darkens at Sorcha's name, but he says no more. Not wanting to let the conversation die, especially not on such an unpleasant topic, I prompt him again. Have you ever thought about disobeying your orders? Disobeying my orders? You know, doing whatever you want for a change. Back in that time, that was one of the only times when I questioned myself. But soon enough, I forgot about everything other than serving my queen, body and soul. I feel a pang of something unpleasant stab at my chest, surprising even me. The way he talks about his queen. Am I jealous? I shoved that loaded thought away for later. I focus my attention back on Cillian when he starts to speak again. I wanted to become the ideal knight, as I'd heard of in stories from the human realm. In truth, the Alpha has had knights that killed the royals they served as much as protected them. But that never appealed to me. Cillian trails off and looks at me staring at him, engrossed in his story. I am sorry. I am not used to talking about myself. No, it's all good. I do not know why I am going on like this. No, continue. I apologize for boring you. No. Someone like you must know many people more exciting than myself. Cillian, stop! Someone like me? I mean, I know that a lady of your caliber could be spending your time speaking with someone more interesting. Cillian, I do find your story genuinely interesting. The kind of lofty morals human knights have in stories that you yourself adopted, those are both beyond the sylphs and what I've learned surviving in Yoru. That's why I can't help but find you fascinating. I see. Yeah. As we round the next corner, the convenience store comes into view. Yay, more snacks. Shall we go in? Yes. I nod and we head in to pick up our desserts. When we step back outside, night has fallen. It is already dark. Please stay close, Lady Aurelia. Hey, it's gotta be way safer around here than Yoru. Cillian looks at me somehow imploringly, and I exhale. But alright. For you, Sir Knight, I will. Feeling shy, I move a little closer to him. We pull our popsicles out of the packaging and start to eat them as we walk. I'm surprised when Cillian is the one who starts up the conversation again. If I may ask, what was life like from going... I can't read. If I may ask, what was life like going from Avalon to Yoru, my lady? It's a huge change. It was a culture shock. I expect it must have been quite scary for a fragile sylph. Well, it was difficult, as I was naive as any other sylph back then, for all my bravado. But honestly, Avalon isn't that much better, if I ventured outside the village. Sylphs are attacked and abused in Avalon by all the other races anyway. Especially by the Alpha. Oh my god, that's sad. It was the same in Yoru, but there it was the rule rather than the exception. I've been robbed, kidnapped, thrown in cages, tied up, assaulted, had people try to force themselves on me, and of course been nearly killed many times. Oh my goodness. As I unemotionally list off my bad memories, Cillian suddenly stops walking. He grasps my hand. Cillian takes a deep breath and his blue eyes look deep into mine. You have had to go through things that I cannot even imagine. The terror you must have experienced. I shrug, feeling awkward at all the attention. I managed to get through it. I was just trying to survive. And for you as a knight, you must have seen things I can't imagine in bravely defending your kingdom. Cillian shakes his head, his hair glimmering in the moonlight. His blue eyes don't waver as they stare into mine. You are far more courageous than I. Biologically, you are so much weaker in strength and endurance, and you were at much more of a disadvantage. Yet you did whatever you could to survive in that world alone. You never ran back home. You never gave up trying to carve out the life that you wanted to live for yourself, my lady. Oh, thank you! Jeez, damn, oh wow, heart to hearts. I don't know what else to do, so I start to try to walk again, pulling my hand from Cillian's. But he doesn't let go and instead walks ahead of me to lead. Why is he doing this? Ah! My heart is pounding. I haven't felt this way in ages. I try to think of something to say to ease up this intense feeling in my chest. You know, I still think it's amazing that you face so much for the sake of others. I would think it more amazing if I could have been there for you in your times of need. Oh, what good is a knight if he is not protecting those who need it? Instead, I spent so much of my life merely playing the fool in a throne room. Cillian's voice becomes a painful murmur and my heart aches. What have you been through, Cillian? It's enough that you're here now protecting me, right? You're here now! Once again, Cillian stops suddenly. This time, he takes the hand he was holding in both of his. I will protect you with all that I am, as long as I can. If you will let me. Aww! Lady Aurelia. My heart is beating even faster in my chest, but without thinking, I managed to nod. Although I always thought it was good to be able to take care of myself, I'm thankful to have someone else to rely on. Smiling, Cillian presses his fist to his chest, inclining his head. I can't help but feel like some kind of a bond has been forged. Not between a criminal and a knight, or a sylph and an elfer, just between me and Cillian. His hand still holding mine, he leads us off into the night, back to the safety of the mansion. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this is, oh. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop here, you guys, because I think we got majority of a good chunk of like the intro stuff out of the way, sort of like, you know, all the little interactions that we had. So this, from here on out, it's pretty much like the whole Avalon thing. I don't know if it's gonna change or if it's gonna hit me with that same thing, the same shit, where it's like, no matter what, the interactions are just gonna still be the same, despite me trying to pursue somebody else. So it's like, now he's gonna like talk to me or whatever the heck, and like we're gonna still go off with Katsu, blah blah blah, kind of thing. So we'll just see once we get there. But anyways, of course, I'm going to show you guys any other special interactions that we have with Cillian. I'm going to show for sure, because that's new content, and of course that is our main focus dude here in this route. So I think this is a good, but once again, this is a good place to end it, because that was a good start, I feel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all your patience, again, and all your love and support for this series and for my other Let's Play, and for enjoying the, you know, the ride of, and me like playing this Let's Play or this game, because I really do enjoy it, and I really do hope you guys enjoy it as well, as much as I am. So yeah, I will see you guys next time then in any of my other Let's Play. Once again, I need to say it here, because for any of you who have just stumbled upon this video for the first time, or, you know, it's been a while, admittedly it's been a while, but definitely hit subscribe and the notification bell onto my channel for the next to be notified of when the next time I'm going to upload, because once again, I am still in that situation where I am still on a semi-hiatus in recording, because, you know, the whole schedule conflict that I have. So there's very few rare times like right now that I get to record anything for you. So I might end up going on for weeks on ends, not uploading anything. Simply because I don't have the time, or I don't have the time, unfortunately. But in case you guys do want to know, this is the best way to know when I will upload next, because even if you do ask me or message me, send me a message and ask, hey, when's the next time you're going to upload Amnesia or, like, you know, Mystic Destinies, I won't really have a sure definite answer for you guys, because I myself don't know. I don't know when's the next time I'm going to upload. I will upload, because I'm uploading I'm uploading as the chances and opportunity comes, essentially. So I don't know when those windows will happen. So that's the best sure way for you guys to know, is to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I really appreciate that. So otherwise, that's it. Tune in next time. Thank you for all your patience once again. But for now, bye.